Hi, ladies. So it's pretty late, but I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a video for you guys. I told you that I would do one. Um, I just finished working out and I'm kind of hot, so I turned my fan off. And it's really late and I'm really, really tired. It's been a really long day. I worked and Cohen had a baseball game, and then we went to eat afterwards, and we came home. So I got my workout in. It was a long one. It was 47 minutes. So, but Core de Force is awesome, by the way. If you guys haven't done that one, some of them are a little more difficult, but it's really, really fun. And I'm doing the Beachbody on Demand challenge. So tomorrow I get to do P90X3. Anyways, I'm not going to take up much of your guys' time. I just wanted to cover a little bit about exercise, but also the Shakeology. And I tell you thank you for looking into those 5 areas of the Shakeology, because I think it's really important. You know, we drink the Shakeology, but it's so important for us to know exactly what's in the Shakeology and why it's so good for us, you know, that we're not just drinking it to drink it. But, you know, with the Shakeology, a lot of people think that it's a protein shake, and it's really not a protein shake. It has 16 grams of protein in it, which is awesome. But it has so many other things in it too that a lot of people don't even realize. I used to do another line, and I would drink their shakes, and I had to take a lot of pills and things, and I just cannot take pills, and I don't know about you guys, but my goal is to not have to take any pills at all, ever. I do have to take some allergy pills though. But the big thing with the Shakeology is those 5 areas, and just to touch briefly on them, because you guys actually did a really good job with picking those out. But the adaptogens, and I know Laura mentioned this is my most favorite part about the shake that a lot of people don't realize, because it helps to combat stress, and so it can actually help treat like depression type symptoms that we have. So that's the nice thing about adaptogens, and our Shakeology has them. And then of course the proteins. So what do our proteins do? Obviously they help us build muscle, reduce cravings, and help us with our energy. I don't know about you guys, but I have to get protein in. If I don't get my protein in, I can definitely tell. Easy way to add some proteins, and if you need to, throw some eggs in there. And then, of course, your pre and probiotics. If you're not familiar with those, I've like my whole life, I have lactose, and I'm lactose intolerant. But I've always had a lot of GI issues, a lot of stomach issues, and this Shakeology helps out tremendously with that because of the pre and probiotics. So if you have gut issues, the shake helps out tremendously. So if you're familiar at all with the probiotics, like lactobacillus, kind of like the normal flora in your intestines, and so it's really good for you. And then of course antioxidants help support your immune system, help prevent like with cardiovascular disease, things like that. So it's full of antioxidants, and then also your phytonutrients, which are like your super greens, all that healthy stuff. So it's whey and pea protein, and so that's major for me. I was drinking a certain kind of protein shake for a while, and it was actually soy protein, and I started to have a lot of issues with it, and I actually went to my physician, and she told me to cut soy protein out, so cut the soy out. So not only do I have problems with milk, dairy, all that good stuff, but I guess I don't do very well with soy either. So I felt so much better, and it helped out tremendously. I was having a lot of female issues. So also the Shakeology has a really low glycemic index, so it only has, I think, about 7 grams of sugar in it, and it also has fiber in it, which is a huge plus. One of the big things, though, that I have noticed since I started drinking the Shakeology is the decrease in my allergies, because I do have pretty bad allergies. I still have to take my Allegra, but not even as much as what I used to. I mean, and my allergies developed after I had Cohen. So, and then of course the other big thing is I don't have to take a multivitamin, which I mentioned in my post about that. But So that's when when we talk about weight loss, I mentioned 80% nutrition and then 20% exercise. So talking about our exercise today, but what I always say, and you guys, I'm sure I've probably posted this before, and I know that my coaches and stuff, you guys have heard me say this, but I always say we eat well to fuel our body, right? And we exercise to feed our heart muscle. So I learned a lot about exercise and the cardiovascular part of it from doing stress testing, believe it or not. I learned more about all of that when doing stress testing than I did even working in critical care when I did. But the big thing with exercise, and this is one of the big things that people don't realize either, but American Heart Association recommends that you exercise 5 days a week, at least 30 minutes a day. And when I say 30 minutes a day, I mean increasing your heart rate. Because when we increase our heart rate, we increase the blood flow to that heart muscle. So I know that, Angela, I know you're a nurse practitioner, Laura's a nurse. A lot of you guys might understand this and know this, but maybe some of you guys don't. So, but like say this is your heart, so this is my heart right here. You've got 3 main arteries that supply blood flow to the heart muscle. So what happens is when we exercise and we make our heart rate go up, we also increase the blood flow to that heart muscle. So that's the big thing with your heart with exercising. That's why we need to bring that heart rate up at least 30 minutes a day to increase and feed that heart muscle. Not only that, but it's going to feed the rest of your body. So you guys have read the diagram. I love that diagram, but I mean, it is a lot of information. And like I said, just to read through it and just kind of see some of that extra stuff that exercise does for you is major. And Angela, I love that you said about the prescription for exercise and how it doesn't cost anything, because, I'm sorry, I'm going to take a drink. If you think about it, so pharmacies, everybody's spending all this money on medications and on their drugs, and we complain about the cost of them. But if we catch people ahead of time before it becomes a problem, which is kind of what we do, not all of you guys, but like as far as coaching, that was one of the big things that I wanted to do, because I was talking to these patients after they already had heart disease and they already had all these issues. And so I thought, boy, if I can go out and I can coach, I can catch people before it becomes an issue. So prevent obesity, prevent heart disease, right? So talking about the pharmacy and spending all that money, if we can help people prevent that, and you're right, that is the best prescription. It costs nothing, right? So if we can prevent people from having to go to the pharmacy and buy all these medicines, they're not spending the money and you're taking care of yourself. So I absolutely love that. I'm glad that you shared that, because that is awesome. But anyways, I won't take up too much of your guys' time. Like I said, I appreciate it. I'm at 8 minutes now, so I didn't talk quite as long, but I'm ready to go upstairs and go to bed. I'm so tired. So I hope you guys have a great evening, and I'm really proud of y'all so far. I know we have some more that should be jumping back in here soon into the group. You guys, seriously, like if you have anybody in mind, feel free to, add them, talk to them, see if they want to join in, because this is what it's all about. So if anybody wants to add anything in, you're welcome to comment on this video. Otherwise, Mama Bear is going to bed. So I hope you guys have a good evening, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.